today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Steven Sims now on the return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Steven Sims on the return.
And now we see Dwayne Haskins, the Ohio State Buckeye, in his second year in the National Football League, ready to lead this Washington offense.
And for Dwayne Haskins, a little bit of an uneven season for the former first-round pick. 7 starts as a rookie. Team went 2-5 in those games, but I did see him get better. I thought his last couple of starts were his best ones of the year. He's a guy with big potential, big arm, but remember, was just a one-year starter in college as well. Plenty of experience yet to be gained.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Haskins. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here, 3rd and long after that last sack. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. That's taken on the 25.
James Prochet on the return.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And does Washington have it? They do.
He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Washington set to get the football again here. And Charles, for Washington, you think back to all that optimism week 1. They beat Philadelphia, but that optimism, it has dissipated some. A loss to Arizona in week 2, followed by a 34-20 defeat to the Cleveland Browns in week 3. And the Washington offense turning the ball over 5 times in total in that game, including 3 Dwayne Haskins interceptions that all led to Browns touchdowns.
And I know that everyone is struggling who's a fan of the Washington football team because that big win over Philadelphia, as you mentioned, pretty much is gone now.
Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes.
Calais Campbell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the shotgun, Haskins connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Complete to Jeremy Sprinkle. Brings up 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
We're scoreless after 1.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Haskins. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's Adrian Peterson in his 14th NFL season.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
on 2nd and 11 now. Haskins got a man. That's Quinn. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
2 yards. It's 4th down.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. So give him the first down, 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. From the 10, 1st and goal. From the gun, Haskins, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 28.
The Ravens set to take over. 2-1 is their record through 3 weeks of the NFL season. Their 14-game regular season winning streak, though, snapped at the hands of the defending Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, on Monday night. But they take over here with a first down. On first down, it's Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It's 2nd down.
following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now a man in his 2nd season in purple and black, it's Mark Ingram. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
Steven Sims set to return it for Washington.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Haskins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, Haskins. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half from the Ohio State man, Dwayne Haskins. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this carries into the end zone, and Hill will opt for the touchback. The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. Couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Good catch there by Mark Andrews, who was Lamar Jackson's favorite target last year. They came in the same draft class and quickly got in sync with each other. Andrews led the team in receptions with 64 last year for 852 yards en route to his first Pro Bowl.
Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson now. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taking off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
They'll run here with Ingram. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. scrimmage. Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Touchdown, Ravens.
Jackson on the keeper. Touchdown, Baltimore.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Haskins. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Haskins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Haskins going to throw again. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
The ruling on the field stands.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They give it to Peterson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Peterson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And Hopkins' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
7.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Returning it, Hill. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 10-7, 1:06 to play. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. To throw. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed the head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.